Hi, welcome everyone. We are live on Author of. Hi, welcome everyone. We are live on Author of Impact, and as I promise you, I bring to you this beautiful, amazing, inspiring authors with me who are at their early age of the life have created historic movement for all of us by being so inspiring themselves, by writing a historic movement, by being part of a book which has created world record, which has been the best-selling book. Why? You know why? Not only because it had the stories of inspirational people, but this was also written by highly inspiring authors, and they are there with us today sharing stage. So right here we have Vani, and then we got Astha, we got Kangana with us, and Varsha will be joining us any moment, and we're just waiting for her. So before we start, I'll be glad to share with you some of the really interesting fact, really interesting, information about the authors who are there sharing the stage with me. Vani at such young age, as you see, is a very promising person and highly socialite. When I say that, what makes me say that? Because I have seen her working for causes, not for applauses. She's the one who is working for causes which are supporting humanity. She's the one who is working for causes which are supporting children, their education. She's the one who is supporting the causes, working for NGOs and giving her unconditional time and support by working tirelessly. Vani, welcome you on the show. And please give a small, brief intro about you, what you do, how you have come up to this level. And then we move to the next people and we give the introduction for them too. Yes, please share.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such humble words. I never really, seen somebody speak so highly of me. So it feels really great. So hi everyone, myself Vani, and I'm a first year college student. I am in Kirodimal College, Delhi University, and I love working, with anything that I find apart from studies. I mean, that I have, left over 50% of my life, and the other 50% I just love writing, reading, and spending time with others, and it makes me feel so happy at the end of the day. And honestly speaking, none of this would have been possible without Priyanka ma'am. I never really knew, like, the first time, I guess 2 years before, I attended the public speaking championship, and it was like so random. We weren't even planning to do anything. We were just like, a friend of mine, she was like, "Mani, chal ye karte hain." मैं, हाँ यार चल ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. But उसके बाद it like, whatever I did, it just went up and up. I never expected so much out of it, but now I'm really glad I listened to Surbhi at that time to attend the public championship.
Thank you so much, Vani. And Vani is such a bright student. She has also launched her magazine now, where she is promoting children and she's promoting the causes. She's promoting people who have got a higher, the prodigies who have worked so hard. So anytime if you want to have your article published or you think that you have a story which can inspire and move people, please connect with Vani. I'll be definitely sharing her number with you. So you can collaborate
आवाज
and
क्यों
you
नहीं
can
आ रही
share your
मेरे?
success story. You can Yes, you can be there. Thank you so much, Vani. All right, next, moving on. Vani also does a very beautiful poetry, and some of her poetry I have recited on my channels, on my YouTube, on my Instagram, and I have really credited her because she really writes something which are the poetry which really touches the heart. So thank you so much, Vani, for being always so humble and giving me opportunity to be able to do your verses and these have really touched the course of my heart. So thank you so much for being so kind and generous, for being the change maker you are. We love you the way you are. All right.
Thank you so
Moving
much.
on.
आवाज
Yes.
नहीं आ रही मेरे?
Okay, moving on. We got Kangana with us. Kangana is someone I look up to as a highly authentic, inspiring, and at such age, which is in her teenage year, somebody with so much of wisdom and charm. She is a highly motivated person. inspired, self-driven person, has contributed on a life of Ira Singhal and her poetry, which we couldn't launch in the first series of the book because of some editing concept, but it's there into the second edition of the book, the Thousands book, which has been printed. She in her own poetries, in her own verses, she has beautified the life of a struggle of a woman and standing and facing the world with much more power. I think nobody could have done the justice what Kangana did to that book, what Kangana did to that character. And when I say, when people pick up the characters and when they feel to write about them, it actually shows what is their energy level, what is their mindset, how do they feel inclined about people. And what Kangana chose to write about a real hero, Ira Singhal, she herself actually reflect those qualities and those adjectives. Kangana, thank you so much for being ever evolving, never setting down for the basics, always striving for excellence, and always showing us the path, the enlightenment. We welcome you on the show. Please share with our viewers about you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You have been a person which has always been there with me. You know, from where I started and now where I am, there has been a drastic change just because of you. Uh, well, talking about the writing experience, it has been really fruitful because Ira's ma'am life had such ups and downs which taught me such great experiences without actually experiencing them. She taught me that, this life, it is actually we are like rivers and we keep flowing, and whenever life throws something at us like a stone, it decides our new path. And if we stop because of those stones, then we'll get stagnant. This is what I've learned from her, that we should always keep flowing and we should never stop. And ma'am, you have been a personality which I have perceived to be as a dandelion. A dandelion bears very much weeds and prepares them for life, and then when the time comes, it lets them go and fight for life, for their fight for their dreams. You have been that person for me who has given me courage, hope, love, everything to move ahead. And I feel that this drastic change in me has been just because of you and my parents.
Thank you so much, Kangana. That was so heartful, and you never leave an opportunity to make me feel on top of the world. Not because that I have those adjectives, as I always say, whatever we always see the adjective in others is our own reflection. And I see that this all greatness is actually cultivated in you by Asia. And we cannot forget how beautifully she really looks into the small, small details about your growth, about the success stories which you need to make, about the impact you need to create. I've seen her being a working woman, still finding time to help you learn the new skills and always encouraging. So I think definitely the greater part, the contribution is comes from your home, and we will salute your mother too for this, for giving me a gem like you, who didn't need anything, who was just rather when it came into my life, rather enlightened me and made me more powerful. Thank you so much. So
Ma'am, this is all your humbleness, and my mom is a superwoman.
yes, absolutely. We love her. We love her. Through this video, I really wanted to even convey this message. We love you, Isha. Thank you so much for being you. All right, moving on. I've got someone who is apple of my eye. I'm when I say this, it really means that, because Asta is a pure joy. She's pure bliss. She's someone who is so humble and so modest about any of her achievements. Okay. So with so much ease and grace, she's always ready to take any challenges next level. And Asta is an author, she's a motivator, she's a public speaker, and on top of that, she has chose a profession to be, passionately she writes about it, she blogs about it, she vlogs about it, and that's about the cricket commentaries or the sports commentary, which is very rare for a woman or a girl child to have interest of. And and ever since I've been seeing her post, I just get so much mesmerized seeing the kind of knowledge and wisdom she has. I think anybody, like, I would never enjoy watching any celebrity doing this, but I absolutely love what she does it on her channel. So I'll be sharing with you all her Insta handles, and which you could really enjoy seeing her doing the commentary and seeing her contributing toward the sports and her opinion. So I think due to some net issues, she is right now not with us, and we'll move on to Varsha. And as soon as Asta comes, we would just take her to please share the opinion. Okay, now I got someone who is a real hero in her own life. You know, when there's a time when you go so deep in your life, you just touch base all the basic level of setbacks, failures, bullism, and then you bounce back as an inspiration. You bounce back even more stronger. You bounce back coming up and setting up a story of success and triumph and victory and still being so grounded. That's what I call Varsha as. So she is someone I can completely vouch upon because she comes with so much of wisdom at this age. And when you see her post on Instagram, these are all like so life changing. Sometimes her messages really touch base you so much that it gives you a reminder. Yes, exactly. That's what we are going to do in life. That's what we need to learn. That's what we need to stop. That's why we are need to pause and restart. So welcome, Varsha, and please be kind to share with our viewers about you.
Hi everyone. First of all, sorry for the inconvenience. Also, I'm so grateful to Pearl ma'am for giving me this opportunity and show my skills because I never know that what is my potential. She helped me to realize my potential. And I've never thought of being an author in a book, even of the book writing. But she has seen that potential in me. That's why I have shown and I have realized that yes, I can do it. And I hope that I have done my best.
Absolutely, Varsha. You have done your best. You have given so much life to the character you wrote about that it added so much value, in fact, to the person who that was. In fact, your words, like our words really define the beauty. They have the power, our pen have a power to define the beauty and to define the strength of a character when we write. And as an author, you guys have done a fabulous job giving so much justice to those characters, though they have done the great work. But you have done even greater work to justify them into their own thoughts. So they become inspiration for others. So thank you so much for being this person. All right. So moving on, I'll be taking you to the question round. And what we can do is we can always, whosoever feel like answering it first can raise the hand because the question will be open for all. And then we would love to know more about you through these questions. I kept it impromptu with an intention very, very clearly that I wanted to bring the best of the flavors of yours into this chat show and very authentic. And as I have been blessed enough that I got a chance and opportunity to work with you for so long that I know you are someone who are always authentic and always humbled and always open to share, right? And so vulnerable. So that's the reason I kept it impromptu. And so moving on, tell me one thing. What do you like most about yourself right now, the life you are in? What is that which you are liking about it? Whosoever wants to answer can please raise the hand and then we'll move on. What do you like most about your life right now? So who want to answer this? Let me see. Who's raising hand? Nobody. Is it Varsha or is it Vani? Between Varsha and Vani, who wants to answer this question?
Yeah, I can do that. It's okay. Yeah. So, the one thing I like about myself is, my capacity and my will to indulge in as many things as possible. I just have this, what do you say, this thing for everything else that is around me, that agar ye mere aaspaas ho raha hai, so I have to do it. Like, even if it's for once, I do have to do it. Maybe, who knows, maybe I'm good at it. So, even my mother, she is very tired of this. She's like, यार इसको जो फॉर्म मिलता है ये वो भर देती है. So I'm like, नहीं यार, क्या पता ये अच्छा हो, आपको क्या पता. So I'm always in that hidden trial कि यार whatever form I receive, whoever people I meet, I'm all like, यार, okay, everybody is different, everybody has something or the other to offer, so let's do it. What harm?
Thank you so much. And that's what made you so, versatile, I would say, as in a person. You see, at such young age, you have got so much of flavor and so much of wisdom and gist. That is what, when we are so open for all the, and when we are not fearful, see, when we're not fearful trying the options, when we just have one intention, anytime I'm learning something, anytime I'm trying something, I'm getting to learn. And that's how you actually learn. That's how in that process you actually become better. So thankful. Okay, girls, I have a small surprise for you. I really wanted to play it before, but then, Astha, maybe she signed off because of some network issue. So I was waiting actually her to join in so that we could play it. But now we are playing that surprise element for you. All right. So there are three surprises for you, and I'll ask my team to play it one by one, and I would be just seeing your reaction. How does it come? Yeah. So yes.
Congratulations to all the wonderful writers that have managed to bring this book out. And my best wishes to you all. All of these stories are meant to inspire us, to take us through those times when we lose hope. And thank you to all of you to bring these stories together, to try and bring happiness in our lives, to try and bring hope to all our lives. And thank you for including me. And my best wishes to you all. I hope you all go on to make the world a nicer place, a better place, and give more and more hope to people, and have wonderful careers if you all choose to be writers. Thank you, and good luck to you all.
For all of you who have contributed to the success of this book, Living Life of Inspiration. Fantastic work by all the budding authors, all the young authors, under the able leadership of Pearl Bahel, who is not only grooming kids but also making sure that they are turning into authors. This is an incredible achievement by each one of you. I heartily congratulate to each and everyone who have made sure to weave each and every story in such a way that it can inspire others. Thank you for featuring me also into this amazing book, and I strongly recommend each and everyone to go buy and read this book. Thank you very much. This is author Sherry signing off.
It's so privileged to that I could see one of the best, I would say, inspirer of our India. All the young writers have brought up in the form of this book called Living the Life of Inspirations. Something which is really I would say, a landmark. I must congratulate Pearl Bahel for taking this initiative and guiding and igniting all these young writers for a future, I would say, a writer, a philosopher, a painter, and useful member of the society. What makes me very, very happy is that, these days, everybody is running after the superstar at a cricket world or in the Bollywood or a Hollywood. But to me, some of the very, very inspirational personal which you have wrote down here, which you have narrated here, like Ira Singhal, like Hema Das, like Lakshmi Agarwal. This is something which can be a role model for each and every one of us. I really want to congratulate to all the young writers. All of you have, all the 25 heroes and heroines which you have written here. I have read all of them. It's really an inspiration for all of us, and I'm sure you will continue to write this kind of a book and be a role model in the society. Nothing comes free, no free meal. All of them to work hard, and this, what work you have done shows that you have an ignition in your mind. You are ignited. Let it fly. Give a wing. What our late President Dr. Abdul Kalam has said. With wings to fly in the blue sky. India is waiting for you. World is waiting for you. Keep up the good work. Focus in your what you want to become in life, and this writing skill which you are having, develop it first. Thank you so much for all those who have taken pain, the editor, the Pearl Bahel, and all others young writers who have taken exceptionally pain to work out and to bring out this book amid this COVID pandemic. I really appreciate, I salute all of you. Thank you. Jai Hind.
So guys, I hope you loved it. I hope you love these messages coming from all across the nation by such influential people. They already know you. They love to talk about you. They're mentioning about you at various platforms. Okay. You know what? This is what the best gift you could give to anyone. The best gift perhaps we can give to anyone is the moment of celebration. And when you do that, uh, it gives so much of motivation. It gives them so much of acceptance and acknowledgement. It gives just like it was like a pat on the back that yes, you are doing incredible job, keep doing it, and we are inspired by you. And coming this from kids like you can feel the happiness on their face, what you have given, what you have curated. And this is just through the vibes. Their vibrations were to work for the causes, to work for the society. And here behind the corner, you kids were someone who was working for the causes. And those all things became together and they jointly curated this beautifully masterpiece. How do you feel? Yeah.
I'm absolutely astonished. She was so cheerful while telling the message, Miss Hira Singhi, and all other personalities. They all just encouraged me to keep doing this, keep inspiring people, and keep getting inspired and also acknowledging that inspiration.
Thank you so much, Peter. Very, very rightly said. And anybody else who want to share anything about the messages which you just saw, your reactions, your feelings right now, the mixed feelings?
Yeah, ma'am, I would like to say that actually us watching all of them, such an inspirational people out there who actually influenced us, and that's why we wrote on them. And after writing, I think all the writers must be feeling that I had a feeling when I was writing on Himadas. So I was, very tense and nervous that whether she liked my writing or not, what she gonna think about me, like what sort I have written. But after listening to all these messages and watching all their love and fascination, it feels so good that now I can rely that I have written something good about any of them, and I think all of them could feel the same. So
Yeah. You know what? Robin Hibu is from the same village of Hima Das. And Hima and Robin, they know each other so personally. And you would be surprised to know, Astha, when I tell you this, Mr. Hibu he was the first to read about Hima, okay? And he actually sent the message to Hima what he read about. Because in that village where she practiced, uh, and they are on the same village, okay? And they are from the same state of our 7 states. Okay? So he has created writing about it, and that's exactly why he mentioned that name. Well, it's on Himada. And Hima already know that there is someone who will talk about her, okay? And I'll tell you one thing, you have created stories in universe. I'm not sure.
sorry to interrupt, ma'am, but I think your voice is a bit cracking.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Just let me know if it is
Yeah, now
okay
it's
and
fine.
audible.
Yeah,
Is
now it's audible.
okay. Thank you. So I was saying that the way you are being the curator and you are curated for it, tomorrow when you grow up, or there will be time someone will be actually writing for you. One time there will be time when you guys will be featured, because there is this saying in the universe: whenever we give anything to the world, it comes in us in multifold. It comes in multi-dimension. Like I always feel like, God, please give me enough so that I can give to people. Give me enough love so that I can feel people's love tank. Give me enough confidence so I can feel people's confidence. Give me enough capacity so I can help people build the bridges and build the stairs together. Give me enough capacity so we can handhold each other and support each other. And trust me, just because of these capacities which God has bestowed me, I have people like you, the gems in my life. So you can imagine this is like tested and tried very well on my own life, and so many thousands of people who have tested and tried this. This is called the law of attraction. Whatever we give, we get that in abundance. So that's the reason I'm a very selfish person. I am always giving blessings to people because I want to have that in abundance. I'm always giving, love to people because I think I am a person who need a lot of love. And I'm always helping people bridge themselves, people bring themselves to the next level because I want to move to the next level. So this is how, we get in life. And I think we are truly fortunate. We are part of a family who are contributing for such causes. Okay, tell me, how, when you started writing about the character, had there been a kind of relationship you developed for them? Had there been a kind of emotions, the journey, the pain, the setbacks, the failure you also emotionally felt because your words really put so much justice to it? While you read them, you could really feel their journey as if you have been witnessing their journey. And all I know, you were just given the interviews of them, you read about them, but still you created so much of essence into their life journey, so much of pain, so much of evolvement. How was that entire journey? How did you evolve as a person while writing? So whosoever want to answer can just raise their hand, and I would love to put you in highlights. And yes, Astha, please.
Ma'am, as you mentioned me that I am basically a sports person, and although I was a sports person earlier in my early ages of school, I follow cricket, I follow badminton, I follow football. So basically, I'm just a sports kid. As I was very small, around 2 or 3, my father used to take me to the stadium to watch cricket matches and badminton matches. He always wanted me to become a sports person, but due to some reasons, I wasn't able to. As soon as I got to know about the opportunity which you blessed me with so that I could write on Himadas, I felt so fortunate. I just can't explain my feelings in words because you gave us option that on what inspiring personality you all want to write. And when I saw her, that it's my dream that I really want to write on my role model which is from cricket. But before that, getting an opportunity from you that I could write on a sports person but just a feeling of different level. I got to know about her whole history. I know about her bit when actually she win the Olympic medal, and at that time our exams was going on, and in the exams, GK exam was there, and current affairs used to come in every GK exam. So my father used to make me sit and watch all the news out there कि देखो कि इससे पता चलेगा कि GK के पेपर में हेल्प मिलेगी कल. So I just got to know about the news कि she had won this and all. And as soon as I got to know about the news, I feel so privileged that at such a small age, that what blunders and what sort of things she had done, what she have achieved for our country for the very first time at such a younger age. So being at her age, like I'm just 2 or 3 years smaller than her. So I just feel so privileged to write on her, and it's my like dream to write on a sports person basically. There were many inspirational personalities, but writing on a sports person was my ultimate goal.
Now, okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Asta. That's so wonderful. And you really did a lot of justice to the character, to her journey. Obviously, when we evolve around the story, you could really feel the setbacks and the pain and the moment of pleasure, the moment of real happiness, the moment of pride, what she brought for our nation. And absolutely, the journey is on. A sport person, when I say, though everybody has their own level of heroism, but when we talk about the sport person, this is not only at a mental level, people get trauma, they also get injured at a physical level. The injuries, and in spite of everything, the situation, the circumstances try to break them, they even stand more taller and more stronger. That's the reason they get a lot of pride for the country, and that's the reason they really, whenever whatever they are doing, without any resources, without any climatic conditions, without thinking of their health, without thinking of their fitness, this needs a lot of sacrifice. And they do that just for the bringing the pride for the nation, and which I feel also absolutely blessed. Thank you so much for sharing. How about you, Kangna, Vani, Varsha? Would you like to share your experience while writing about All right, Varsha, please. Yes,
Yeah,
come.
let Varsha.
Okay, post Varsha will take you. Yes, Varsha. Varsha, I think your voice is not coming, so you can unmute yourself and then speak.
Am I audible now? Since my childhood days, I have met many people in my life, many teachers and many mentors. But the book name is Living Life of Inspiration. So it tells about the living person who I know personally. And when I met you in 2018, I instantly connected with you by like you have added a valuable meaning to my life. Like you know that that time I was underconfident. I have a self doubt in me. I have never expressed my feelings, and you told me that I'm an introvert personality, whereas I know I'm an extrovert, but I'm not able to express myself. I never thought of that I can do public speaking. And when when you told me that I have to write something on the book Living Life of Inspiration, that time I come to know that yes, I have to write about you only, because for me you are my living life of inspiration, where I learn many things from you, like how to change my self doubt into self esteem, how to change my negative influences into strong motivation, and how to be a strong person, means how to be a self motivated. So all these things I can relate myself with your life. Like I learned about your life experiences, everything. So this has made me realize that yes, if you want to change your life, so you have to take power in yourself. Like there is one quote you always told me that you believe in, and I also believe in that quote, that stand in your power. Birth is your birth is success is our birthright. Move your
Yes,
life from optional to non-negotiable. Believe and you will achieve. So believe in yourself. So these things have made me forward to write about the book, and I think that yes, I that what I have choose, I give it my best. This what I can say to
absolutely.
you.
Thank you so much, Varsha. This is such an honor. Though I don't think that I've done enough in this life that which I'm worthy of being part of any book. But you were so kind. Honestly, when I thought of this book, it was never a plan that I would be also included in it, because I thought that I'm just doing my like small tidbits. It is nothing which is the greater work that I've done, but you've been so modest and kind, and you didn't even. I given you option to, but you write about someone. Please write about someone influential, and you still continued with it. I think this is such a special gift for me, which I feel that has come through a God's blessing and through an angel like you. And I'm so blessed and honored. Thank you so much. Yes, Vani, would you please share with us your experience? Okay, before Vani, I think Kanna wanted to share. Yes, Kanna, please do that, Peter.
Oh, I actually wanted to say that I completely agree with Varsha. You have been holding all of our hands and taking us ahead in our life, with each and every stepping stair you have been with us. And Miss Ira Singhal inspired me in a way that you should always stand up for yourself. I missed this point before, that she fought against the society to get into the civil services, to get into her job. So this is also one thing which I learned from her. At a stage in her life, her own father told her that you should not get into medical, and that is why she chose engineering. She never stopped, but she still stood for herself with keeping her values aligned. This is another very important fact and very important, valuable moral which I've got from her experience. And let Vani tell.
Thank you so much. And here, as you rightly said, Kangana, I have seen and shared stages with Miss Ira Singhal together. There have been instances where, the top models are there, the 6 feet 5 inches girls, the 6 feet 2 inches girls, the crown queens, people who are so influential, everybody's there. Still, still, Ira stands out to be someone when she starts speaking. I think everybody fades out because she's so authentic and she's done so much work for their even being like being an IAS officer, people really go for such government jobs for two reasons. Okay, number one, they get to travel the world. Number two, for the power. Okay, that they'll have a power to control. I'll tell you what, when I have shared so many stages together with Ira, and she's a good friend, she's a great mentor. And ever since I have met her, ever since I have seen her, the work she has done, the contribution she has done, she wanted to get into these services, you know what, to serve nation, to serve people. That was a different intention. And that is the reason she's so popular. I think wherever she goes, she get like abundance of love. People like simply hug her. People simply embrace her. They stand in applauses for her. And that's what she has created for herself, okay? And never ever she's talking about her disability, but talking about the abilities. So her focus is very, very clear. She's always looking at what she can do, what she can contribute instead of what can't be done. So this is what, and that's like a very, very resonate quality also with you, Kangana, which I've seen. At such age, you are also someone who's not looking on the negative aspects of life. You're always thinking what can be done. Okay, when we are doing this, what can be done? So always thinking of an option. So that's the reason I say we choose the character who we want to be like. We are always admiring people who are either like us or who we want to be like, right? So your admiration shows that what you want to be like, right? Thank you so much. Yes, Vani, we would love to hear. Vani has wrote about someone, a highly celebrated person. Even I follow her, Arundhati Rai. So, Vani, please tell us your involvement as an author when you were writing about an author who's so fab.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, when from the beginning, I wrote my first poetry and my first, any creative writing piece when I was 12 years old. And I was just, and that was the time when my mother was scolding me that you haven't completed your maths homework or something of that sort. So I was like she was telling me something and I was writing something else down below that how, so that was the point when I realized, yeah, ye karne mein mujhe maza aata hai. Like this is something that I do irrespective of the time, irrespective of the conditions that I'm in. And after that, I guess 2 years later, we had this chapter in school where we read about her. And the way, even her photographs, like I have never met her, but the way she sits, the way she talks, and, uh, how unbothered she is about what people think about her, how unbothered, and she's such an established person, and it's just a joy to read about her, to even see her pictures. Like I can right now open Google Images and I can just scroll and scroll. Like she's so confident in whatever she is, and I just love her.
I thank you so much, Vani, and I have DM Arundhati actually about this thing, but I think the DM wasn't checked. But as soon as she'll go and see this interview, she'll know definitely there is a small little fan of her who absolutely adore, and she's a true inspiration. So I hope to get something from Arundhati. I hope to hear from her too about you. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, tell me one. When we are talking about personality, writing about the personalities, loving some few qualities about the personalities. So there are certain elements, which makes us love someone, makes us passionate about someone, makes us fall in deep admiration and respect for someone. So what is that? How would you describe your personality according to you in few words, if you have to? What you are like, if given few adjectives to name, how would you define your own personality? Yes. Who? Okay. You were just thinking. You have written so much about the other personalities. You have never thought how great you are as a person and what kind of qualities you possess as a person. If you just have to put 5 qualities about you, what would those be? Like for Vani, I know she's a poetess. She's so creative. Okay. So please share whatever comes in your mind. Yes.
Yeah, I should I go first? Yeah. So I guess I'm a literature freak. Like in spite of doing political science honors now, I gave out some time for literature. I gave out some time for novels. So I love reading. I love writing. I love poetry as a creative writing form. I love interacting with people. And yeah, I don't watch movies or anything. I'm not really interested in that. Yeah, I guess that is it. Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very rightly pointed out, Vani, and this shows also. I mean, the way you write, the less is more. In small elements, you add so much life to a line. Like I've read your poetry, so I've done some of the verses. And when you're just like saying a one line, it has such a deep meaning to it that you can go on and on, can introspect and can go deeper and deeper. So obviously, when we have a passion about something, this starts showing differently in our work. Yes, yes, Kangna. How would you define your qualities as what you are as a person?
Actually, I have never thought by qualities, or I would say that I'm completely excelled in one particular thing. But still, what I think that first of all, that I am blessed with everything. This is one of the most greatest things as I perceive. I'm blessed. I'm resourceful. Uh, but if you talk about my qualities, I'll say that I'm creative. I'm a learner. I'm always seeking to learn. I'm curious about things. I am a social human being, of course. I love to interact with people, talk with people, get inspired from them or get to learn something from them about life. And one more thing which I find really attractive about myself is, as you said before, that I never dwell upon the negative part of life. I always look forward to positive things that in this situation this can be done. So probably I'm an optimistic person.
Absolutely. 101%. You have that inclination toward what can be done. I've seen you doing leadership into the classes in my own sessions. When you're taking the lead, whenever I put you as a leader, so you said, okay, guys, what can be done? Let's talk about what can be done. What is that one thing which we can do in this 5 minutes time? So all the time I'm listening and I'm just getting so much of wow, wow. I mean, she has a mindset, she has an attitude for altitude. This is the right attitude one has to have, basically, because your attitude in life decides your altitude in your life. So thank you so much. And that's what I said. No, we pick up character because who we resonate with or who we want to be like. And as Vani is just saying that she loves writing, no, I see a clear vision. I have that thing always in my mind. I see vision for people. So I always see Vani now in future to be someone who is exactly at her level or maybe at better level and contributing in form of literature, confidence, contributing in form of accepting herself the way she is, being vulnerable, being open, being bruised, and being so open, accepting it. Okay, so that's how the characterization. That's why I say. So you show me your 5 friends, and I'll tell you the kind of person you are. There is a saying. Somebody have rightly said, and show me the person who you follow, and I'll tell you what your inclinations are. So this is how you get to know about people. All right. Yes, Varsha. So put yourself also in 5 adjectives. I know you are very modest person, so don't be modest and really tell me that you have 5 adjectives. You have 50 and 500, I know, but at least be mindful to tell us 5.
If I would have to say five adjectives about me, so first would be learner. I feel like I love to explore new things, love to interact with people and learn from their experiences and whatever I've learned from them. And if anything really add value to my life, because everyone has some different qualities, so this would I inculcate into my life. Also, second one would be self determination. I feel myself that whatever I've decided, I will do that. Sometime it might be late, but when it really struck to my mind that I have to do it, so I do it. Third would be trustworthy. People can trust me, means I will never pull down anyone. If someone shown trust to me, so I will give my 100%. I will never let them down. And fourth one would be I'm friendly and a social animal, means like to handle the social media. uh, Fifth one would be I would say I'm creative, like I would love to make videos and like to write, do the writing. So this would I will say about my 5 qualities.
Okay, quite. I quite 100% agree. On top of that, you are quite accepting. about things. Okay, very, very accepting. I think you're more like, and your personality is more like a water. You put her in any kind of people, among any kind of, like, the toxic or the non-toxic. I think Varsha remains the same. She remains crystal clear. Or maybe if I have to put an adjective to a very beautiful nature thing, I would name it as a lotus, because you put her into any situation, be it muddy, be it toxic, she's like always, spreading fragrance, spreading aura, spreading positivity, and spreading beauty around. So thank you so much, Varsha. That was very nice of you to share those qualities. Asa, if your internet is okay, we would really like to know about you too. What are the 5 qualities you think you have and you would like to share with us?
Ma'am, I think because of your gratitude and your gratefulness, I am a co-author now, and soon I would be an established speaker because of you. Because of these two qualities, I am pretty confident and proud of myself now. Earlier, my achievements was restricted and limited to my school life only. There was no extracurricular, and in case of extracurricular, I was just a speaker at my school. But because of you, I think I have become a better person, and because of that, I'm really proud of myself. A proud woman, a proud girl. Yeah, that's all I think I am now.
Thank you so much, Alka. That's your humbleness. I think there is, like, the world is full of great resources, great energies, great teachers, great mentors. Or you know what? When we are receptive, only then we open up and we get those gratitude, we could get those blessings. Otherwise, we come and meet and people go by and then we just don't change. But this is just like when, when we are open for the change. It's a very beautiful saying when I learned in my childhood. They say, the teacher appears when you are ready to learn. So the moment you are ready to learn, the teacher appears. So the moment you are vibrating on those vibes, you start getting the resources, you start getting things around us, which are like taking you to that path. So this was supposed to happen. We were supposed to get blessed to have you, and that's how we got together. So I feel effectively, more happy and blessed rather than you are feeling that. So I would like to even say thank you to the viewers who are there with us. Thank you so much, Mr. Mehtani. You've been very kind, giving us a lot of blessing. Thank you, Mahira. Thank you so much, Divya. Thank you so much, Taker. Okay, I don't know your name, but thank you so much for encouraging us, and thank you so much for writing this beautiful feedback. All right, my question to you is, like, if you could outlaw one thing in school or in society, what would that be? There's one law or maybe one rule which you don't like it. What do you think you would like to remove that from the society as a whole? Who would go first? Who? Okay, yes, Vani.
Yeah, ma'am, I guess I would like really love to remove the concept of, the cramming that we go through in schools. Like even for computer, I see my brother, so he's cramming the steps. He go on this, go on that, click on here. So I do not really like the perspective, because to learn how the outer world works, students still have to approach people outside of the school. So I don't think that should be, the way to go about. There should be a very interactive atmosphere in the school itself, and it should not be just limited to textbooks.
Very rightly said, Vani, and this is what even I personally believe in. When there are people who really tell me, can you send us text what you are going to teach my children? Can you please share what you are going to, what is the homework? I say, please, we are unschooling ourselves. We are not schooling ourselves. And I really don't want to school your children. They have enough of burden to get schooled. And we are unschooling. We are basically taking off all the things which we have learned wrongly. Okay. So for me, it is more like engagement and interactions and doing the brain stuff, just pouring your ideas, pouring all the creative juices into it. And that's the reason sometimes it's not like always that people really understand me well. Sometimes they even misunderstand what is that which she's going to teach if she doesn't have any content to teach. But this is how. But you see how beautifully you guys have transformed, because you let the child be themselves. You let their creative juices flow without filter. I think they get somebody who are motivator, influencer. So the way you are, naturally, the way you are being your own best version, this is what is the best thing you could do. This is the best thing. You have just one life. Come on, you cannot be copy of someone, right? You can got to be original. You got to die original. You got to leave the legacy. So absolutely, Vani, I'm with you on this. And very rightly, you pointed out this thing. Yes, Kangana, what law you would outlaw from the society or from the school?
Actually, not a law, but a feeling of hatred, fear, insecurity, egoness. I guess this all should be changed with love, honesty, and courage, hope. Then I guess the world will be a more beautiful place to live in. People will enjoy living life instead of getting jealous, or instead of getting lowered down by a person or feeling sad.
Wow, that's why I fall in love with her every time. You can see her clarity. And this what I would be so resonating with what you just said, Kangana. And this happens, this such things takes places whenever we are in competition with others. Then only we get, oh, he's better, that is better. I kind of feel the process of comparison should be just taken out from the society, because there can never be comparison, even scientifically. If your parent have to have a child like you, they will have to produce 10,000 children, and then biologically some of the qualities of your sibling would have matching to you. Now imagine when you are so unique and we keep comparing our uniqueness with somebody who doesn't have our uniqueness or doesn't have the same circumstances. We keep comparing ourselves. I think when we compare in society, because our society is so much of like who is better than who, when we compare, तो उसमें किसी ना किसी का तो नुकसान होता है, या कोई कम समझता है खुद को, या हम किसी से खुद को ज्यादा समझते हैं. When we consider ourselves low, then we lose our confidence. There is something to lose. When we consider ourselves high, then there is so much of arrogance which comes in our head, which becomes a self-destructive habit. So eventually, comparison is something even I don't support. And I'm so blessed hearing this out from an author like you who have so much clarity about life at this age. Trust me, I was the most stupidest person on the planet when I was of your age. And I feel so blessed. Like, look at them. Look at them. How genius, how clear, how transparent, how open they are about ideas. Thank you so much. Yes, Asta and Varsha, would you like to share anything which really disturbs you, which you want to like take down from society as a whole?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
ma'am. Actually, I want to say like in the movie I saw, I heard Amir Khan saying that he want to eradicate grading system. Like him, I also want to eradicate grading system because it act as it act as a source of so much of pressure onto a child. Whereas I was like, it is like something that it enforces the child, and it acts as a magnet in the body of the child of many problems. It could be any sort of problem. Grading is something on which people like us are being judged that the student is intelligent, they don't have teaching skills or studying skills or something like that. Firstly, I want to eradicate this system. If you really want to judge a person onto the basis of its skill. Try to improve its skill. Not only studying is not nowadays studying is not the only option to grow, but there are thousands more. In schools, teaching should not be the main focus. Along with that, it should be a bit of extracurricular, sports, or many more options in which the child is being into. If a child is being in good in arts or any sort of sports, so the school should support that skill of that particular child so that it groom a better person with their trying from the child to be good in that studying skill. And secondly, I think the pressure of books, like children have to carry so much of books onto their shoulders. The weight is too much that the child can't grow in height. I have listened to many cases because of the heaviness of the bag. The child used to carry 3 floors or 4 floors of the school. So I think that should also be eradicated from school, in the form like a textual book should be there in the school. Almirah should be provided that child could take up the book, study the whole, and keep it back to them. In case of any homework, this is like a digital platform these days or social platform. Teachers, in the times of pandemic also, teachers are just sending homeworks onto the phones. So I think this should be introduced like for the rest of the life.
Absolutely. be more better solution than this. Obviously, we keep talking about it in the school. I've seen as in a whole that we need to do less pollution, we need to do less wastage. But what we are doing actually, we are the one who does the maximum number of wastage in terms of papers, in terms of resources, in terms of creating a system, creating not only that, as in a society we should be someone that we are building people instead of we are breaking their confidence or making them realize that you are better than this or you are not good at it just because you have a score like that you deserve to go to this stream. There are moments of truth, there are moments of change, there are moments of transformation which sometimes comes at later stage. And there is nothing can beat the passion. If you are passionate about something, be it a commerce student, and if you're passionate about science, you will end up becoming somebody into creating contribution toward science. So I always feel this way. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Asta. That was wonderful. Yes, Varsha, you wanted to share with us. Please do.
Actually, they have covered all the points, but to the addition to their point, I would say that career counseling should be there in school as well as college. Being an MBA graduate, I feel that there should be a career counseling because after 2 or 3 years, we realize that why I did this, I am able to this, like I can do this better than this. Like one of my classmate in MBA, they want to go for the teaching profile, but they are doing MBA. For the teaching, they need to do the B.Ed. So if they get the career counseling early stage or the beginning of the MBA, so they would better decide and come to a better decision. So I would think that career counseling should be there in school as well as in the college to reach at a better decision and for the better career opportunity where we can give our best and use our knowledge to our full potential.
So rightly said, Varsha. And trust me, those students, those young lads who are listening to us, listening to this conversation, this is pain point for all of us. Or this had been pain point for some of us in one phase or other phase of life. Or there are people who switch their profession one day because that time they are not very clear what they have to choose, and later on they choose. What if I tell you one thing? Whatever you choose, if end of the day you're very happy doing it, do it. Nobody can stop you being successful. Nobody in this world can define your success story. If what you love doing, then nobody's watching you doing something and you love doing. It could be anything. It could be the most serious thing like making or baking some dishes, or it could be something which is like painting on a canvas, or it could be something like teaching children, whatever you feel like, whatever. Okay. Nobody can stop you being successful if you are following your passion. There are many parents who come to me, paying me and taking the appointments. Please guide our children what stream they choose, how do they become their successful. I tell them the answer is with your children. Let them close their eyes, just observe what do they do best. What do they do best when nobody's watching them? What do they love doing the most? This is what is the profession they need to choose. Okay. And it's not just limited to you are not what your career is right now. Tomorrow, if you feel like that there is something that you could live and you feel passionate about, spend your weekends on there. Try use your vacation, doing different things like Vani was doing it. Vani keep experimenting with different things to find out what she's good at, what she loves doing the most, what is there to learn, what is that which she's enjoying in the process. So learn every possible thing. Spend some time in everything, and then you will know what exactly you love doing it. Is it your passion, or is it your calling, or is it something that you're just doing it under the peer pressure? And guys, this answers I never had it. Trust me, I could get those answers because I'm sitting with so many intellectual people like them, like Vani, Varsha, Astha, and Kangana. They are giving me so much good ideas that I'm just being the speaker and I'm translating their ideas to you. So you could now imagine how beautiful and intellectual person they are. Today, from last 2 days, I wasn't really preparing for the questionnaire and I was just going impromptu. Today, I actually prepared because I know I'm going to deal with people who have a highly intellectual level than what I have. So you meet these four people, and now you must have got this answer. And I'm saying that on such big platform because they really deserve this. So kudos, very, very rightly said. Okay, share with me what is that one skill which you have learned in your life which is helping you today, but which you have not learned actually in the school. Because when we're talking about the schools and colleges and universities, so what is that one skill which you have learned not inside the school but rather outside the school and still helping you, or you feel that it has helped you grow? Anybody who feel like answering can just raise their hand and unmute and feel open and share. Is there something, any skill which you have learned not in the school, outside the school, and help you grow? Help you grow in your, okay, yes, Astha, please share.
So, ma'am, I don't know a skill or a feeling, but basically, a thing which I learned outside the school is team spirit and sportsmanship. Basically, a thing which helps me to enrich my inner skills about my life. As soon as I got to know about team spirit, what is sportsmanship, I didn't came across such type of things or such type of objectives in my school. As soon as my dad used to take me a lot more places, from there I got to know what is team spirit and what is sportsmanship. They actually improve my social skills. In school I never learned social skills, just a bit of that, but to a great extent I learned my social skills from outside. As soon as I used to go to watch match in the stadium, from there I could figure out such things. And yeah, I think my social skills are more contributed by the stadium rather than my school.
Oh, thank you so much, Astha. So rightly, and openly and vulnerably, you really mentioned that. And it actually happens. The real experience happens outside the classroom. You put the children outside the classroom, they are far more educated and far more knowledgeable and far more wisdom, with far more like greater opinion and greater open mindset than they are in the cabinets or in confined area. So very rightly you said. Yes, anybody else who have learned any skill outside the school which has really changed the perspective or changed? Yes, Kangana, please share.
Ma'am, I guess cooking, baking, and all of these things which I've learned during the lockdown wasn't taught in school. And one more thing which I've learned in home is that every person has a different perspective regarding the same thing. Because in school, when you are discussing a particular topic, then what the teacher says, everybody agrees with that, that yes, ma'am is right, yes, ma'am is right. But when you discuss the same thing at home, you feel more comfortable with the people. And then mom has a different opinion, I have a different opinion, and then I guess we get a more wise result of a discussion. So these are two things which I've learned.
Right, and when we have people of different opinion, they not only challenge us, but they also kind of develop the resiliency and acceptance to a greater level. So we become more accepting about, yes, there is a thought, there is an opinion somebody has a perspective, and I have a perspective, and it's okay to have a different perspective. That doesn't convert us into enemies or doesn't convert us into haters. It is just like we understand, yes, there is a maturity which you develop, right, by just seeing different perspectives. So rightly said, Kangna, thank you so much. Yes, Vani Varsha, have anything which you want to share with us? Yes, Vani.
Yeah, so basically, I went to a school that is like very famous for just studies and just like cramming students up with everything. So I went to that school, and mostly my teachers, they focused on never letting you feel established or that, because they were always like कि इसको एक बार बता दिया कि अच्छा कर रही है तो फिर ये पढ़ेगी नहीं. So they were always of the view. But yeah, the day I stepped out, I was like कि हाँ यार, uh, कुछ तो अच्छा है यार. जैसे कि I always used to have this feeling in that I'm just so useless. I'm doing these things, many others they out there they are doing it. But when I stepped out, I interacted with a lot of people, and then I was like कि हाँ यार, whatever I say, even I do have a stance of my own. So I love that.
Yes, absolutely. And your stand is so unique and your stand is so empowering and it is just like adding so much value. You don't know the capacity you have, you know. It's just like when you start exploring, you say, oh my God, okay, so I was in a confined environment where people were supposed to do certain duties, and now I have enough beauty which I'm getting to see in the world. Okay, very rightly said. Yes, Varsha, anything you wanna add up, or we move to the next question?
Ma'am, I
Sure,
would say
Varsha.
that Ma'am, I would say that public speaking is the very important skill that I learned the importance of it, and I feel that many people around me don't understand the value of that skill. But I have learned through public speaking that how to be creative, the power of words, the power of empathy, the leadership skills, the teamwork, creativity, everything combines it, and it is very important. Means if I talk about my school days, I never know the term public speaking honestly, because I've never seen anyone around me that who is involved in it. But when I am in MBA, when I was in MBA, then I realized that this is also an important skill, that express yourself, self awareness. So these are the things which I feel like this is very important skill which I have learned, and it helps me, and it makes my mindset into a nice direction where I can explore myself. This is what I can say to this question.
Absolutely, Varsha. So rightly said. And I'll tell you, like, people think that what is a profession I'm needed to speak? Everywhere. The answer is everywhere. You are a janitor, you are a CEO, you are not going to work alone. You are going to work with people. And if you do not know where to put the pause button, if you do not know how to lead a team, if you do not know how to convert your ideas beautifully so that people understand you rather than misunderstand you, they trust your capacity, they trust your leadership, they trust what you are saying, they trust your vision. Speaking is a skill, and it is actually a skill. I have seen such pretty faces, and such pretty faces that you feel like when just like you give a first glance to them and you go, wow, how pretty. The moment they unzip their mouth, you go, where can I go next? Which area I should hide myself in? And you know, and there are this like social etiquettes, the common sense, which is also not so common here. If you see, you might have also experienced a lot of people like this who are quite kind-hearted, quite generous, but they just don't have an idea to put their words in the right way. They don't understand the thin line between being humor and insult, you know, creating a thin difference between giving respect or giving admiration to someone or giving a comment which may sound very ugly, or which may sound very offensive. For them, they have just added a beauty to it by saying, oh, you look so this, you know, sometimes when somebody's just like complimenting you on your looks, and but they use a word which would immediately turn you off, and you know, you just like go in a adding more and more curtains around you so that they don't interact much, and you put the walls and the barriers so that they don't cross those limits with you. But I see it's not the intention which is wrong, it is just the lack of awareness about what can be spoken, what could have said, instead of what should have said, right? Or what could have made an impression which person would have felt more memorable about or would have felt more cherished. So I'm personally also a kind of person. This is a very close topic to my heart, so I'm speaking, but I'm personally also kind of person. If I have to say something, it has to add value for others. If at all there is something to say. If at all there is nothing like that, I would rather keep quiet, because if my words are not adding any value, direction, any light to people, I would rather quiet, you know, instead of just because for the sake of speaking, because I know this art, so I'll just speaking. No, this is not something I personally do. So yes, I think this is one of the skill which we don't get to learn in the school, because school will always tell you quiet, talk only your answers, read only your subjects. But then they, no offense, we learn a lot of great awareness. We get to learn a lot of great people, great things in school, the subjects, the expertise. But yes, the few life skills, somehow, if they really are added at a right age, in our life, this changes a new direction, the new dimensions. Thank you so much, Mr. Tiwari. Thank you so much, Parth. Thank you so much, Shaila and Shaz, for sharing these beautiful comments with us. We are loving it. We are feeling as if you are interacting with us by being here and by sharing your thoughts. Thank you. Okay, guys, tell me one thing. We are talking about living life of inspiration. We are talking about the real heroes. What is the kindest act you have witnessed in your life which has also changed you as a person and helped you incline toward that kindness and followed certain passion? Followed certain, because I know all of you are very, very kind people, always giving and adding values. What had been that shift moment when you have personally witnessed any act of kindness which has changed your mindset or changed your behavior? Yes, Vani, please.
Yeah, so it was, I guess, 2 years back, and we went to a school trip. We went to some village, and it was a really sunny day, and we were out there. प्यास लग रहा है, ये लग रहा है, वो लग रहा है, and we didn't really have any money. So there was this shopkeeper. We went for a geographical survey of that sort, and there was this shopkeeper. So I guess his monthly income was around 5,000 rupees, and we asked कि भैया पानी है क्या, and he took out a fresh new Limca bottle 2 liter वाला, and he was of the view कि आप ये ले लो. So we were so touched by it कि यार the little they have, the more they have to give. So because in cities nobody would even answer your bell if you ring, or you're like कि पानी दे दो, but he with a monthly income of that is so not adequate, and he was willing to give so much. I was really touched that day.
And that is how, when you given me that news one, you, Carol, I'm so also sharing this incident when I see the people like you who are moving toward the kindness by giving, by working for NGOs, which takes a lot of troll, a lot of, sacrifice, the time, the commitments. When you guys work for such causes, this really gives me a check. Yes, they have personally witnessed our act of kindness which has really transformed them and transcend their inner soul, they transcend their beautiful thought processes, right, in such a way that they are now being the volunteer and contributing for a cause. With Carol, I'm starting the NGO which we are going to support children who are not underprivileged but who are trans tribe, the trans children who doesn't get even a, in any school when we talk about, we always have children who are either male or female. We never see trans child studying with us, sharing the same desk. So this is something, that's the reason they get into the businesses, they get into the profession which are considered demean, which are not considered worthy of appreciating. So we are doing this work together now, and I hope to make a difference even to one life. I think I'll be grateful. I'll feel that through some channel we could save somebody's life, or we could transfer someone's dimension into a different world of awareness and education, and living a life which person deserves, instead of what he, like, you don't choose that, right? You don't choose that. You don't choose to be someone. You don't choose in your life like I'm going to be boy or I'm going to be girl. We never choose, so they haven't chose. And when I see people like you working for causes, talking about causes, talking about the changes they want to see in society, and also see you guys contributing at your level the best, working for those causes with your capacity, I feel so immensely proud. Thank you so much for always enlightening me, for always giving the world this beautiful message. Thank you so much. You are real inspiration. That's what I said. This book was all about not only inspiring people covered in the story, but inspiring children, the inspiring authors who actually covered the story. They deserve it, right? Big, big, big round of applause. Yeah. So now moving on, tell me one thing. What is the best gift or the best moment somebody has created for you, or maybe you have created for someone, which is still so fresh in your memory, which makes you feel so loved and so encouraged? What is that one moment which you would like to share with us? And definitely through this question, we'll get to know a lot about your own, feelings about how do you feel when you think of the gift. And trust me, anytime I have asked this question to people who are inspiring, their answers are never about expensive stuff. Their answers are the moments which has really created the difference. And I really want to, I'm so curious to know what had been that moment for you, or what had been that moment which you have created for someone, and how it has shift that relation or shift that moment altogether, the beauty of it. So
Yeah.
anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Astha, you go first, please. I've been speaking since a very long time. Astha, please.
Oh, thank you. No, ma'am, actually, we all went to an old age home with our school. That was a school trip. Over there, there was an old man. I personally connect, although recently my dadu got expired. And after that incident, I went to that old age home. I could really identify that person like my dadu only. So regarded him like my dadu, and he was having a birthday on the same day my dadu's birthday. So date of birth was same. So over there, we actually planned a birthday party for him. As soon as we went there, as soon as we got to know, we took many fruits and a lot of stuff for those people who are being thrown out by their children, like they have been kicked out of their families and their houses, that they are like good for nothing or useless, which shouldn't be there. And I think in our country there should be no old age homes. Everyone should treat their parents as they want their children to treat them. Just, it's a give and take thing. Whatever you are doing today, it will come back to you someday. So that moment I was talking about. So we actually planned a very great birthday party. He was fond of different types of stones here. He was Mr. Sahu. His name was Mr. Sahu over there. So he was really fond of some different types of stone. So I literally engrave many stones over there. I just take a hammer over there and try to make different shapes out of those stones so as to make him happy. This was the one thing which I think I did for someone in order to make them happy, and it was a really special moment for me because as soon as my dadu passed away, I was really connected with him more. Everyone used to say when I was small, I used to be in my dadu's arm all the time. He used to do anything. If I asked him to sit onto the road, he seriously sat on the road at that time. And if I used to ask him that if I saw some puppies over the road, and I used to make him that take those puppies to home. So along with me, he used to take those puppies home. And so this was basically the connect. I don't eat food until he feeds me. So this was the relation with my grandfather, and I saw that man over there, and I was like really humbled, and I felt the same connect as I was having with my dadu. So I tried to make best possible thing which I could did to my dadu before he passed. So I just tried to give all those things to him that I wanted to give to my grandfather. This was the one thing which I did. Second thing which happened to me on my birthday, I really want to join your classes, but due to some reasons, I was not being able to some studies issue or some financial issue, whatever the issues was. But my dad used to come one day, like pat my head, ki, "Acha, you wanna go? You wanna take classes?" Kaya, right. So, do you think that you could do? Meka, I'll try. And I used to have a talk with you, ki ma'am, I really want to join. And you said that you have a very good voice, and that's so nice. So one thing which happened to me on my birthday, just my father just gave me this gift that I feel so blessed and so grateful that because of him I could really have a good connect with you. Because of him I am here. You make me this, and he was just like on the back end, you're on the front end. So these two things are the most special things in my life. Seriously.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'm a birthday gift for someone. Thank you, Asta. I feel so blessed. Right, this is a surprise moment. I even didn't know this. Thank you so much. You were keeping it for quite some time a secret. You should break this golden rule and tell me the secret. Often I love breaking the golden rules and telling people. I don't wait. Many people tell me, okay, I have seen people. they would just wait for the right time. I will tell that person on a right time. Then there will be birthday, when there will be a special occasion. Then mama takes care. I feel I'm a person who breaks all the golden rule. I don't follow them. If I have to compliment someone, if I feel something, I can hold on to that feeling. I could just simply text or pick up a phone and simply say, this is what my feeling is. I think I can't hold on to it. I feel it is an injustice when you hold on to your feelings like this. But thank you so much, Asti. You made my day for sure. Yes. Okay, Bani, you had to share. Please do share with us.
So, Abhi, recently I was working with an NGO. So, in that NGO, we had initiated a donation drive as to whosoever could go give 20 to 50 rupees for, so that we can initiate a further drives and further everything. So there was this boy, and we came to know from a different source, and he, like his father is a farmer, and he borrowed 100 rupees from somewhere else, and he donated it to us because he was of the view, like he had this perception कि अगर मैंने पैसे नहीं दिए तो मुझे निकाल देंगे. He was not aware कि ये कैसे normal drive चल रही थी, and he borrowed that money and he gave it to us. So it was like इतना बुरा लगा कि ना, जैसे कि जिन लोगों के पास इतने पैसे होते हैं, जो लोग ऐसे अच्छी सी व्हाट्सएप डीपीज लगाते हैं, एंड दे वर नॉट रेडी टू टेक आउट अ पेनी ऑफ their pockets, but a person who did not have anything, so he donated it to us. And then I guess after 2 to 3 days, it was his birthday, so we planned a scholarship for him, and we all pitched in some money and we gave him the college scholarship. And he literally started crying, and he was like कि दीदी मुझे आपके साथ ना एक बार video call करना है सबके साथ. And he was literally crying. His father was standing behind him, and it literally gives me like goosebumps even talking about it right now. And if possible, I would really write it down on my resume that I made a person cry. He was so happy. It was really a great day.
Absolutely well said. And these tears which people have in their eyes when they're out of joy and compassion, and when someone stranger touches their life, I think this is so beautiful. And you know what? I really kind of feel that there's so much joy in giving. I don't know. If I have to even put that in words, I would never remember any time that when I got something. It is always the moment that what I can think are the joy of giving. And there are people who don't even realize there is so much joy in giving. So they're like always expecting, oh, if I get this gift, I'll be very happy. Oh, if I get this moment, I'll be very happy. Why can't you create that for yourself and for your partner? Why can't you create that for your child? Why can't you create that for your friends? Why can't what is stopping you? What is stopping you? There's so much joy in giving, and you can be just so blissful, and you can be so happy and elated all the time when you're giving. So yes, nice. Thank you. You guys are giving me again the checklist. Okay, because of you, they say children are the best mentor for you. And when I was in my corporate career, I was more working with professionals who were like professionals and in a good jobs, and I was grooming them. And when I got into entrepreneurship, I started working with kids more because I kind of feel they're so open and so transparent and so authentic that you need those authenticity. You need your six tanks to be filled with authenticity, love, and acceptance and vulnerability. And this is what I am. So I started working with kids more. I just like kept my 2 days as in a weekend to be especially working with kids so that I can get enlightened, elated, and feel blessed. And you see, now many times people really ask me, what is that which you love? Which category of age people you love working with? I really tell them the youth, because they empower me, they inspire me. The way you guys are inspiring me. Every time I talk to you guys, I have my checklist filled. Okay, Priyanka, you are following this checklist at your 40s. It is right, because this millennial generation is telling you that it is right. So it is absolutely right to follow. Thank you so much. Oh, Mr. Tiwari, yes, Pari, you are really a Pari, and your dad is saying that on a social platform. You need to really read this comment. And next time, you just have to show him, that this is what you feel about me. and you have accepted that on a social, so big social handle. So this is what I am to you. Kangana, thank you so much. Parth has mentioned that, Kangana, I could relate to your previous answer very well. Thank you, Parth, for acknowledging. All right. What do you think that there is something that adults, need to understand, you wish need to understand more about children? What is that one message which you feel that, the people who are elder to you should relate to you in one way? What is that one thing which is missing right now in our society or in our culture? What's something you wish adults understand about the children or about the generation today? There's always a gap, no, between the generations. So is there anything that you feel that should be? Yes, Asta?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, I want that generation gap. There is always a generation gap between you and your parent. I think both the child and the parent should be open, as I'm open to my dad. I could talk to him anything, like seriously anything regarding my school, regarding my career, regarding my friends, like my any sort of life I could deal with him. In reply, he never used to scold me. Whatever mistake I have made in the whole day, I just used to take him along the park and we are having a good walk. As soon as I ask him for a walk, he got to know that I have did some mistake. Or is there anything which I wanna ask him? He's like, he's quite okay as soon as we step out of the house. As soon as we reaches the gate of the park, he would ask me, Acha, what you have done? And nothing. After 2 or 3 rounds, it was like I used to just start spilling everything out. I think it is the bond which a parent makes with the child. In my early stages, I used to tell my friends that I used to share everything with my dad. It's about anything. Being a teenager, there are so many issues regarding your life. So they always like कि यार तू ऐसे कैसे कर लेती है, तो वो गुस्सा नहीं करते. They're like, nahi. And as soon as I talked to him, he used to have a laugh earlier, but then he used to advise me that is it the age, is it the correct age to do something or not, and if I did something, that how can I correct my mistake. So one thing which I really wanna ask every parents with their child is that make the bond since the child is born. As I was in sixth, basically when your teenage starts, children like us starting some sort of hiding things from the parents so that we are not getting being scolded. So I think parents shouldn't scold at the early age. They should make a bond, a connect, so that child share each and everything with you, so as to you got to know what is happening in your child's life basically. So I think they should make a connect and a bond, so that we didn't feel like कि यार गुस्सा करेंगे ये नहीं बताना, and we never used to go to our friends for to ask for suggestion. So that what we should do in our life, rather than friends, it should be our parents for the children, for the youth like us.
Thank you so much. Very nicely put, Astha. You really simplify things so well with your ease of expression, and you justify this answer also pretty well. Absolutely, because people of your age cannot give you good advice. Only your parent are the one who are anytime giving you advice that has to be the best. But yes, when we come out from the filter of judgment and scolding, obviously we are more open and we can share more heart out, right? It has to be heart-to-heart conversations, which eventually solve the purpose. Absolutely, very rightly said. Anybody else who has something to share between Kangana, Varsha, Vani? Anything you feel that adults need to be open more or may understand more? Yes, yes, Vani, please. After that,
Uh,
Varsha. Yes.
yeah. Ma'am, I believe that the elders or the adults in, around us, they need to understand the concept of LGBTQ plus, because mostly whatever I've worked with so many organizations, and I have a friend of mine, so he was telling me here mere classmates, so they participate in all the pride parades and everything, but at the back I can see them, their faces painted, and they will still be making jokes about me and their parents. So I just, according to me, like it's not a universal concept, it's just me maybe, that the coming generation, like my generation, we are still a bit open, like we are mostly open to uh, you know the LGBTQ plus. But I guess the adults, the elders, they need to improve in this field because they are still not that open. They are still not that uh, okay with the idea of this. So I guess this needs to be like very strictly. This needs to be worked upon. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know what? I have personally worked with this community. Worked, okay. I have spent days together in the same premises, training them, grooming them, as a mentor mentee. And I have some friends who are from the same community, very influential. All I say is when we don't accept them, it is our loss as a society because they have so much to give, so much love to give, so much wisdom to give, so much of healing to give to the world that which we miss otherwise. Now there have been pageants which are like trans pageant and Miss Trans Queen and Mr. Trans King. There have been pageants like that which when I was grooming them, I would get questioned even with my family, trust me. That there would be like questions and the bros raises about well, you're like don't put this work on your social handles because what people are going to think about you. What would they think that who you are grooming and what you are grooming and why you're grooming, why you are traveling, what purpose, why this community needs to be. But this community, like any, they are part of us, right? We live together, and we are as weak till the time we are not together. We are weakest as the link unless we are together, right? And at our own level, we have to do our bit to be open, receptive, accepting. Yeah. And that's how they are so close to me. And I have personally known some of the real inspiring people who come from this community, are change maker, are doing more social work that any minister alone would do. You know, for a big society, they're just like there are villages and villages being adopted by them. There are communities to communities, and they are never differentiating that I am going to give this support only to LGBTQ. No, they are not like that. They're like, I have to give my support to humanity. When they can think like this, there's so much of inclusiveness in their thought process, in spite of the fact, as a society, what we have done. Why can't you be inclusive? Unless we are all inclusive, unless we are all accepting, we cannot create a better society for our world, right? And I request all of you, because you are change maker, and I see so much wisdom. You never settle for anything less than what you deserve, less than what society deserve, and don't even think that my small action is small enough. No, any small action which you do is big enough. It calls for a change maker to take the action. It takes a lot of courage to do the action. So do stand in your power and do that action, whatever it takes. Through your blogs, through your talks, through your conversation, through your motivation speeches, through your words, through your wisdom, through any mode of thing. Just give this to universe, the power of healing and acceptance. So this is the humble submission to all of you. Though you are already doing so much, but I still keep reminding, because there was someone who taught me this thing at a very young age, and that made me a better human being, trust me. I call myself a better human being just because of the great lesson I learned unfolding, meeting with people. So this is how. Yes, Kangana, Varsha, do you have anything to add here? Anything which you feel you should be sharing with us? Yes, Varsha.
Due to the gap between the children and the parents, children are not able to express their inner insights, due to which they easily give up on their life. Like around my surroundings, I have seen some people that take a step of like suicide, or they are in depression, or they are in anxiety, so they are not able to share with what they are having inside them. So I would feel that there should be a strong bond between the parents and children, so that they can easily connect and share their feelings, because these kind of things are increasing day by day if we saw the social media handles. So I would say that there should be a strong connection, or the bond, or parents should understand the children, or children should understand their parents. In this way the things will run properly, I would say this.
Thank you so much. You rather complimented and given more clarity to what Astha just mentioned. Thank you so much for sharing this. All right. So my next question is to you. It's like funny, but yes, I really want to know what would you do if you could travel to any year in the past or future, any year. So which year would you choose and why? Why would you choose to go and travel that year? What is that one thing which you want to find out, know, or contribute? What would be that year where you want to travel through time machine if you had to travel? Yes. Any idea? Yes. So my question to you, to all of you is like, if you could time travel to one year, either in the past or in future, which would you choose and why?
I guess I would choose 2019 and tell the Wuhan lab people to just quarantine those two scientists. Do not let them roam around.
100% smart, witty, and real, real answer, which actually is a need of an hour. I think it deserves a big round of applause because honestly, we all are under some kind of conditions and some kind of confinement because of what happened in the world, in one place of the world, in one area of the world with some people. And very rightly, this even when I ask such questions, not this the same question, but relatively same. Then also Parth came up with the same answer. He really wanted to travel to Wuhan to find out what was happening in the lab that time. Okay. So that's smartest answer, Vani, today. All right. Okay. Now, I have to ask this like smart and witty questions to all of you, okay, to make this even more interactive. If you could only read one book or could watch only one movie or any one game for a whole life, between one movie, one book, or one game, okay, which one would you choose and why? Do you have any such specific that dedication for one particular thing?
So, so amongst all, I would definitely choose the game part because I'm not that studious. If I choose a book, so that would not be justice to myself. So I would definitely choose the game version of myself. I would definitely choose the game of being a badminton or cricket, something or football, which I could be part to that. So that and that question which you asked, I wanna just quite a mix with that question that in which year you want to go back to your future in your past when change that one thing. As soon as I was in sixth or seventh and my dad used to drag my hand to a badminton court, I really want to go to that court again so that I could really play and become a better player now rather than I'm just a studious sort of a child in the school rather than I should accompany myself with more sporting things.
Oh, thank you so much, Astha. You said it so rightly. Yes, Varsha and Kangna, you have any thoughts about it?
Ma'am, have you asked about the movie which I can see means for my entire life? Movie. So I have seen that movie few days back, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. It has depicted the life in a way, in a very articulated way, where it expressed all stages of life in one movie. And I have never seen such movie in Bollywood stuff. This is a Hollywood movie which is dubbed in Hindi. So I have seen it and I can see that movie for my entire life. It's a great movie. I recommend people to watch it.
Oh, please do send us the name. I would definitely watch it if the recommendation is coming through you. Yes, okay, Kangna also had something to share. Yes, Kangna, please.
I would like to read Harry Potter again and again, all the seven series. I have already read it twice, but it still never gets old for me. It has all the colors of life, friendship, jealousy, love, competition, hatred, everything. and I can read that book as many times as you ask me.
Astha, okay, Kangna, I am like giving you high five virtually here. I'm one of the Harry Potter big fan. I never get tired of reading it. I never get tired of watching it. And trust me, when there are any trailers, if I'm watching, there would be just like if I just somebody like search my YouTube, it would be Harry Potter scenes. I'm living it over and over again. I'm so much glued with it, and there's so much of message. Every time I like go through it, I get a learning. And not only Kangna, you and I, even Gia is of our same category, and Advait is of our same category. We are Harry Potter family. The mutual admiration club of Harry Potters. And also Daksh, he has the same interest. So we are very creative people. This really shows how much creativity and inclination toward we are having. Yes, yes, Vani. So what about you? What could be that one movie or one game or one book which you could like have it for your life?
Yeah. So, firstly, please welcome me to your Harry Potter club. Because I'm a fan, and I had this girl who was like that Harry Potter is crap. Stop watching it. I disowned you just right away. Don't talk to me ever again. It's not childish.
All
It's
the people
super.
resonate. Yes, we disown all the people who don't watch Harry Potter. Okay, how could you be? How could you be this kind of person who doesn't have love for Harry Potter? No, no, not acceptable. Yes.
If you do not watch it, it's okay. At least do not say that it's not right. It is the best thing that has ever happened to the world. Shut up. And regarding the movies, I guess Friends. I mean, I love the series. I watched like each episode, I guess, 50 times. I don't know what kick I get out of it. Like my mother is that there are around 300 episodes. Why do you keep on watching the same? I know what Joey is gonna do next. I'm like, no, today is the reunion.
Joe
It's never
doesn't
gonna happen.
share the food. Joe doesn't share the food.
If I could, I would show you this wall of mine. Like it has all on the right side, it has Harry Potter. Oh, maybe I can twist it. Yeah. See,
We would love to. And I would hear, oh my goodness. And I would hereby admit all my English and communication skills, which you see right now, while we were children, we had this Doordarshan. I come from that generation, though I look pretty okay even now, but I come from the generation of Doordarshan, okay? So it was like in my eighth, ninth standard, I remember we got like cable TV. And the one channel which I begged my parent to give me was the channel which had Friends series. It used to come that time, HBO. I still remember there's like one podcast would come. And trust me, it is a secret confession, but it is absolutely true. Friends series something which I have watched all these 30 years and I still watch. I know that I have seen those because they don't make any more series of Friends. Okay, this is like done, dusted, done, over. The chapter is over. The Monica is there. Everything is done. Okay, but I would watch those episodes over and over and over and over and over again. And I think if the same question would have put on toward me, I would have said, Friend series, give me Friend series. Okay, just the recorded version. It's enough for my whole life. Give me Harry Potter books. It's enough for my life. I think I'm done, dusted. You don't need to feed me anything else. I'm done with it. Okay. So my life is like fulfilled and it has all the joyous moment. And would you believe if like Varsha could tell you this? Varsha was there in one of the class where I said, Varsha said, how do we speak? What we need to speak in the I said, Varsha, switch on to Friends. You get to learn a lot what you have to speak, on what moment you got to speak. If there is an awkward moment, how do you make that awkward moment go in your favor? Just like what joy. I mean, how cool it is. So I get so you could see that childlike enthusiasm in me. It is all because I am honestly of that arena. No, I still have that inclination, and this is one of the reasons I'm always glowing because I'm watching joy. Okay.
and the best thing about it is that it is so ahead of its time. Like it has all these aspects, all these characters, and it's just so beautiful. Like my mother passes by from the kitchen, she's like, I know Chandler's gonna say this. I know that too, but I wanna watch him say that again.
Well said, well said. Okay, tell me one thing. What do you think? What is that one few things about your generation which makes it so unique than the generation who were ahead you or behind you? You know, so what is that like the characteristic of this particular generation, especially? And any
I guess
thoughts?
we keep trying. Like, even
Absolutely.
if nothing works out, even if, whatever happens, whosoever is saying whatever, there's this inbuilt habit of just keep on trying. Maybe something happens, if not with them, maybe with them, maybe somebody gives us a chance. So I have seen people my age follow their passion. Maybe their parents are not supporting, whatever it is. Like, they still, they are running towards what they love, and I guess it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and adding to that version, ma'am, I think we all are a bit more creative than that of the early generation. As in the early generation, parents used to force to do your things. You were not having the privilege or the courage to ask your parent that you don't want to do this. Like if your parents said that you have to be an engineer, so you have to be an engineer by hook or crook. It's your destiny. But I think in our generation, we are more privileged to take our decisions and there is no pressure. Although there are some parents who try to have a more secure future for their child, but still they gave you privileges to opt your own option. Like I am being a part of this generation, and I think I am a bit creative as that of my dad. I have more power and more authority to take my decisions. So yeah, I think that's all.
Thank you so much, Astha. Okay, guys, I want you to please share with our viewers your own written book copy and your token of appreciation which you have received. After that, we are going to play the rapid fire round with your yes and no cards. I hope they're ready. So I'm just giving you, if they are nearby, just keep them ready. And if they are not, just bring them over and we'll start the game. Okay. The rapid fire round is going to be interesting. Yes, thank you so much, Astha, for accepting this token of appreciation. It looks so nice in your hand, and I could feel that moment of pride when I see you with this, holding this golden award with you. Yes. All right. Can I? Okay, Varsha, Vani, please show us. Kangna, please show us. Ah, Kangna, much love. I really, when we planned this award show, because of the COVID, we couldn't do. Uh, I really wanted Ira to personally hand over this award to you and hug you. Okay. And I wanted to hug you even more tighter. Thank you so much, Vani. Thank you so much, Varsha, for showing this. And I wanted, that whatever work you have done, whatever greatness you have shown, however you are being the change maker, you should have got celebrated. But we are doing it on a virtual platform. But for sure, as soon as the COVID situation is in control, I am inviting you all over on a big platform. Okay. And you are going to meet your real inspiration. You are going to have a moment of photographs, hugs. You're going to have moments of conversations. You're going to have a same screen together. I promise you, I'm going to curate that for you. As soon as we are out of this COVID situation, or as soon as the things are a little more controlled, people are more vaccinated, and it is more safe for you. Because for me, your safety matters. For me, your health matters. For me, your life matters, because you are the torch bearer for our young next society. You are the one. I'm going to see you making change, because I already see you doing that at this age. So you will be doing it even in your adulthood. Okay, so ready for the rapid fire round, all of you? Yes. So all of you are ready with your yes and no play card? Yes and never. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. That was very smart. Okay, I'm ready with my yes card. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So Astha and Kangna, you have your cards ready. Varsha, you have your cards ready. Yes. Okay. Lovely. 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 So I'll be asking the quick questions to you. All you've got to be stating it. Answer yes or never, because this will even help us understand when you do any rapid fire, people don't get time to understand what they have to do. So they land up stating the truth. Okay. But why I have created rapid fire round in your greatness show, there is a reason to it. There is a reason. So my audience here, or the people who are going to role model you, they really see this thing coming up, that these people are real inspiring. Because if I'll ask a notorious question, or if I'll ask any kind of question, you'll see their answers. The rapid fire are also going to give you the glimpse of what they are. Okay. All right. Has there been any time when you have given back to someone who have misbehaved with you by doing the same arrogancy or misbehavior, by giving them the taste of their medicine? Yes or never? Yes. Okay. How about you? Okay. Very good. Okay. All right, Varsha, I can see you. You have kept it so small, or maybe the text is not very clear. All right, all right, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Is there, had there been any time that in order to go into the grading list or go into the superiority list, you have embarked a path, or you have taken a route which was completely unethical? Never. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. See, the ethical is inspiring. Okay. And all of you who are watching it, you know why they deserve to be inspirational, because they have been living this life, even meeting me before. Okay. This is what your behavior showcase. What is that you have been doing when nobody even was there to watch, and still you've been very mindful about it. Okay. Had there been any time, any incident when you have done something with a great intention, but people have rather bullied you? Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. So Varsha has also yes. Okay. Varsha, is it yes, right? Yes. Okay. So guys, this gives you a message that no matter what you do, people would be always able to see you with their own perspective. So if somebody has a vision problem, or if somebody doesn't have a greater, broader spectrum, they'll always be judging, and they can just think or feel based on the capacity they are. Okay. And if sometimes you land up meeting people in spite you have a good intention, and they land up assuming you wrong, you don't have to stop doing right work. Keep doing it, because that's their perception. It's okay. We can have a people of different perceptions, and it is absolutely okay. Yes. All right. So are you holding any grudges for them because they have done any bullyism to you, or you have forgiven and moved on? No, no grudges. Thank you so much. Never. Okay. See, that's how my inspiring team is. Okay. I trained thousands of students in a year, but these handful people became the face of the book, because I wanted to pick up the real inspiring people, who live up to it, who live the word they believe in. And now you get that idea what makes them so unique, right? All right. Moving next. Had there been any incident when, for your own benefit, you have lied, deceived, or maybe fooled your own parents? Never? Yes. Never. Yes. Never, ever. I think the answer for this should be never, ever, because not only they have done so far, they are never going to do it also. I'm so confident, more confident than their own parents, because I have been with these children, and I have seen their greatness. I've seen the depth of the greatness they have. Okay. And this I can also assure in this platform, that anybody who will be watching it in the future too, they will know the greatness they hold. Right. All right. Have there been any time you have not liked about your looks, and you thought that your looks were the only thing which would take you to the big gateway? Is it just the looks? No, never, never. Okay, yes, never ever. Actually, because your looks may open the gate for you, but they will not let you there in the heart of people. The only way to win somebody's heart is through your behavior and character. And these people, these girls, are having super level of character, which you could see when they are showcased here, right? In the greatness level. All right. Has there been any celebrity crush you guys have, and especially the crushes of your same gender as yours? Yes. Yes, okay, yes. Yes, girls have this. Yes, okay, it's a girls' conversation, so please be mindful. The girls don't have only boys to follow, they have a celebrity crush on the women's too. I am one of them, and I was so bullied for it. I have a celebrity crush, Sushmita Sen. I just like absolutely love her for everything. The way she conduct herself, the way she's rebel, the way she takes the bold decisions, the way she stands in her power. I think I absolutely wanna be like her, or I absolutely wanna have that courage like her, and I so adore her. So anytime somebody asks me who's your favorite celebrity, who's your favorite actress, must be Katrina because you resemble a lot. I said, forget that. I don't. I love Sushmita Sen, and she has been my love ever since she became Crown. She won because that's how she came in limelight when she was just 18. But her greatness speaks. So it's 30 years. Trust me, I'm so loyal that my celebrity crush is still the same. I die with my celebrity crush. I think that nobody is ever going to take the place what she is in. All right. So it's okay. Okay. Have there been any time when you have bullied someone in groupism or in pressure? Never. Okay, never. I expected that answer definitely from you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this wonderful, wonderful session with you. I didn't even realize we were just past 2 hours, and it even didn't seem like it went 2 hours because talking to you, sharing the heart out, having those impromptu moments makes me feel so overwhelmed all the time and makes me feel so nostalgic, and on the same time makes me feel so blessed that how lucky I am to have people like you in my life. So, thank you so much for your time. Any last message which you want to leave for our audience or for this platform, please feel free to share. You can unmute simply and start sharing. Yes. Any
First of,
message, any final? Yes, please, please.
first of all, I would say thank you to all the viewers, and I'm very grateful to you, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity and sharing a virtual platform with you and other three friends of Kangna, Vani, and Astha. Also, I would give a message that always believe in yourself and never doubt yourself, because if you doubt yourself, then you will definitely lose the race. But if you are strong enough to believe in yourself, you can achieve anything and everything. And I just wish all the best to everyone for their future, and may this COVID will finish very soon so that we can lead our life as we lead it in 2019. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Anybody else who have a final message for our viewers who have been very patient?
This time it's Vani. Please, you go first. This time it's you.
Yeah, so I loved it. I loved spending time with you all. It was such, I feel so relieved. I thought it was an interview and you need to sit so upright and all that, and I was like, no, yeah, it's totally fine. I feel so relieved, and yeah, let us all catch up and meet for lunch someday.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, Kangna or Astha? Yes, Astha, you wanted to share something.
First of all, thank you so much, ma'am, for inviting me on such a platform. This was my first interview, and I'm so keen to give interviews to people that I really want to achieve a platform so that people invite me for taking my interview. And thank you to all the viewers. The message which I want to give to all, that be yourself. If you are yourself now, then you can achieve anything in life. Don't do anything under someone's pressure, under your family pressure, or any sort of pressure which you face in the society. First thing is that. Second thing, just make yourself do and follow your passion, because passion is something that gonna take you to the greatest achievement and to the greatest height. It is not your study, it's not your sport, it is not anything which is being forced and enforced by your parents or the society. just mark this, be yourself, do whatever you want to do, like we all did. And this, we all are getting influenced by ma'am because she always makes us inspire, and she is like a personality which inspires us a lot. So one thing, that find a role model. Ma'am always used to ask us that find a role model, find a mentor, preach up to their level. So this is the first initial thing which you could all can achieve. So yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, for everything. Like my role model, my mentor is sitting in front of me, so I could say these lines. So yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Kangna. That's all your love. Thank you. Yes, Kangna, please.
Even I would like to thank everyone, ma'am, audience, Vani, Varsha, and Astha. You all have been with me together and we'll be together. And of course, when this COVID ends, we will meet. The last thing which I would like to say is keep glowing and keep growing.
Thank you so much, Kangna. Beautiful message. And girls, thank you so much for giving your 2 hours of precious time for this conversation. And this will be historic, as I mentioned. You know, in the TV, when we come, sometime after the podcast, you would not be somewhere. But whenever we leave our imprints on social handles, and when there is an all natural heart to our conversation, you embark changes in people, and that's what you have done. You have contributed so much. With this, I'll see you off, and stay in touch. And guys, please, thank you for showing me so much love and respect. I love you all. A lifelong blessings and love for you people, which keep flowing from my heart. And I'm so blessed to have you all in my, in my life, like stars of my galaxy. Take care. God bless you. And thank you for your time. Take care. Bye bye.